Jamaica's Sharika Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and Elaine Thompson-Herah breeze into 200 meters semifinals. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your comments after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, when you're ready, yep, good to go. Now, let me state, because of copyright reasons and possible infringement, we here at Peter Lloyd World cannot show you any races and or clips from the ongoing competition being held in Eugene, Oregon in the United States. We apologize for any inconvenience. As Jamaicans continue to bask in the glory of a 1-2-3 sweep of the women's 100-meter finals, which was held on Sunday. That's Sunday the 17th of July in Eugene, Oregon in the United States, where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price established herself as the best woman alive over the women's 100 meters for the 2022 season, followed by Sharika Jackson, the superwoman, and of course Elaine Thompson-Herah in third place. Just 24 hours later, with heavy legs, and these ladies must have been exhausted, the three Jamaican sprint queens were at it again in the heats of the women's 200 meters in Eugene, Oregon. Now, we qualified quite easily to get through to the semifinals, but it must have been a task. First up was the great Sharika Jackson, the silver medalist from the 100 meters. Jackson was drawn in lane number 5 and looked calm and composed and businesslike as the clear favorite to win the women's 200 meters. She was, just basically do what she needed to do. Her transition here in the 200 meters bend was perfection. She came off that bend at least 2 meters, maybe 2.5 meters ahead of the entire field, and about 70 meters before the tape, she just shut it down and cruised in to that win, heading straight in to the 200 meters semi-finals. Jackson simply looked supreme. She got a solid start, as you can see here. She got an even start with everyone else and was just out like a bullet within the first 20 or 30 meters. It was at about 70 meters out from the finishing line that she simply shut down and just allowed her momentum to take her through. What I'm trying to say to you is that she barely ran, people. She didn't use her arms at all, and her leg movement was just purely mechanical, and that's how you know she just cruised in. One in a time of 22.33, which means that she was walking. It was a walk in the park and easy like Sunday morning for Sharika Jackson. In heat number 2 was Sunday night's bronze medalist, the great Elaine Thompson-Herah. And again, understand, people, that these ladies must have what we call heavy legs, meaning they must be exhausted. Thompson-Herah got out to a solid start, ran her curve as she always done, nearly perfectly, but was not making much of an effort. It was Masalinga. She came off the curve, came out of her transition in the 200 meter curve ahead of everyone else, and then Masalingi challenged her, I believe, about 40 meters out, and Thompson-Herah just allowed her to pass and allowed Masalingi to do her thing. Thompson-Herah looked quite comfortable and in full control, at a canter, so to speak. Again, I'm going to state it, these ladies must have heavy legs. They went through 3 solid rounds in the 100 meters, and then just a day later have to come back and compete in the heats of the women's 200 meters. This schedule is a little crazy. In fact, I saw Shelly-Ann Fraser complaining about the schedule earlier on. So it was Beatrice Masalingi who won in this instance in a time of 22.27, with Elaine Thompson-Herah running 22.41 to take that second spot. And as I said, no need to worry or panic. She just shut down. I mean, listen, people, they must be tired. They just ran one of the fastest 100 meter finals in recorded history. Then in at number heat 3, It was the world's fastest for the 2022 season and world champion over the 100 meters. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, please forgive me. Fraser-Price looked supreme, running out of lane number 3 with her beautiful green hair. People, where Shelly-Ann? Who is doing Shelly-Ann here every single night? Maria, anyway. So she transitioned off the curve very well. You all know that this is not her favorite event, but she was in full flight and control here, and she just took it easy. Same thing about 70 meters in. She just shut down and just allowed her momentum to go through. She was passed by the young lady from Nigeria who set a national record for herself. Fraser Pryce looked amazing and just, in full control. Price ran 22.26 to take second behind the Nigerian, who ran 21.98 to set a new Nigerian record. The young lady's name is Sini. Now, Abby Stein of United States, Ophelia of Nigeria, Adina Asher Smith, Munjinga Kambunji, all looked solid as one would have anticipated. But for us, the stars of the shows were Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and of course Sharika Jackson. Oh, this is my 2 cents. All 3 ladies looked remarkably calm and in control. Now, they must be suffering from what we call heavy legs, because they just ran one of the fastest 100-meter finals ever ran by women anywhere on the planet Earth, with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price winning in that astounding meet record of 10.67 seconds. Sharika Jackson running a new personal record over the women's 100 meters of 10.73. And of course, Elaine Thompson-Herah running that 10.81 to take the bronze medal. Look, this race was so fast that Dina Asher Smith ran a new national record and personal record for the United Kingdom and herself, and ran an astounding 10.83, and she couldn't medal. She was literally crying because she ran 10.83, and I can relate, and she couldn't medal. So this is how fast this 100 meter was. And you have to understand, going through these rounds, and all these 3 young ladies, Sharika, Shelly, and Elaine, running flat out, that takes everything out of you. It's kind of like you run a marathon. So they are tired. And in fact, I need to ask World Championships, why in the name of heck would you put the 200 meter heats the night after these ladies have ran the finals of the women's 100 meters? I mean, why? Why would you do this? Who does this? This, in this instance, is, I don't know, who thought this out? It wasn't well thought out. You should have given these ladies at least 2 days break. Have them do the heats on Wednesday. But anyway, this is why you saw them running the way they're running. None of them look less. They all look great. They could have all ran much faster times, but they're tired and they need to try and recover. So all 3 of these ladies basically were in cruise control. As I stated, Sharika Jackson, if you go back and look at the stills, she wasn't using her upper body. In the 200 meters, especially when you hit about that last 100 or to the 120 meters, you use your arms to get you through the line. She didn't do that at all. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price did that just slightly, and Elaine Thompson-Herah looked as if, to me, she was doing a practice session. So all 3 women looked remarkable. Masilingi and Ophelia and Abby Steiner did not run in the 100 meters, so they have fresh legs and they're way younger. As well, of course, the young lady from Nigeria that we told you about, who ran that national record of 21.98, which is an impressive run. It's also, I think, a little bit of inexperience, because even if you have fresh legs, you don't do that in the first round of a 200 meters. Anyway, what I'm saying, I'm telling you that there's no need to worry if you didn't see Elaine and or Shelly win their heat. That's not the point. I've said this on several occasions. The point of a heat is to go to the next round. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. If it's a top 3 and you run 3, it's fine. They have to conserve, and as I said to you a few minutes ago, they must be exhausted. I know I couldn't run 100 meters like that, and then 24 hours later, I'm back at it running the 200 meters. People, you know how the 200 meter is? So, of course, in this instance, I will say that I don't think World Athletics thought this one out properly, and I'd love to have a conversation with whoever came up with this Rather preposterous concept of making people run a flat out 100 meters and then 24 hours later you're going to be in the heat in the middle of the sun running. It just wasn't. I might be going on a slight rant here, but I don't want to say it was foolish, but it was ill conceived. Put it that way. It was very ill conceived. So our girls, it was a breeze for our girls. They looked amazing, and I expect amazing things from them. But of course, you may have other ideas and thoughts. This is just my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments. Remember who you are. You are our royals, kings and queens. Act accordingly. Bless up.